So we're back. We get some conclusive remarks from Aisha Al-Hassan here, and then we talk about 9 million. I beg your pardon. 9 million SIM cards blocked, and it's also based on a notice by the Communication Ministry, and then also the NCA doing that action through the telecommunication service providers. And we're looking at whether it's a subject for which we consumers just won't listen. Make sure that we do the right thing by regulation or law. And Aisha, a conclusion on we have to put this to bed. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. The Supreme Court has said this. What do you say?
I'll touch
just 3 minutes, then we end.
You know, I would want to rebut what Loratu said. You know, the issue of proceed on leave. If Loratu wants us to go back to history, then we'll tell her that it started under Kufuor. This issue of proceed on leave started under Kufuor. And Duajimai, that you want to use to equalize, Duajima had already attained and passed the pension age. Duajiman had passed the retirement age. Duajima was 62 years when he was asked to proceed on leave. How old was Domelevo? And again, the timing at which you ask an Auditor General to proceed on leave has been stated clearly in the Constitution that while the Auditor General is in the midst of an investigation, you can't ask him to proceed on leave. But that is what Akufo-Addo did.
That was an anomaly.
It was an anomaly.
A lack of discretion.
So don't even try to make a comparison here. And about the issue of seizing toilets, it started under Akufo. When the NPP assumed power in 2001, the seizure of toilets left and right started.
So the NDC also decided to repeat it.
Let's not go back to history. Because if you have to go back to history, then you realize that your party is more guilty than any other party in all this. So, Roland, let's go to...
The SIM cards, 9 million blocked.
The SIM card, yes. 9 million SIM cards blocked. Roland, you see, as we speak, the Communication Ministry and the NIA have not done their job.
Why?
Rightly.
What do you mean?
To have the moral right to block the SIM cards of Ghanaians.
You can't say that.
I can say that.
They've been giving us notices. For example, I went to fast check everything.
You can't give notice when you are not making room for people to register their SIM cards, their Ghana cards.
How? They say go to NIA offices and register.
It's not easy.
Roland, do you know what you are talking about? There are people in the Upper East region. What they would eat in a day is even difficult for them. And you're asking this person to move all the way from the Upper East region down to Greater Accra region to come and register.
For validation.
Roland.
That's difficult.
It's difficult.
But the NIA also came out with a statement and said you can go to the respective offices.
It is not working. Did you see the video of Sam George?
Not working.
Where he went to the office of the NIA in his constituency. And he was told unless they go to Accra, because it can't be done there. You have not done your work right. You have not created that platform for the citizens to have that flexible way of registering their Ghana cards or having their Ghana cards. So you're saying the 9 million SIM card blockage is unfair? It's unfair. It's unfair. If you have put all the systems in place, you've made all the systems very flexible for Ghanaians to be able to work in any office and get their Ghana cards, and they've still not gone ahead to register their SIM cards, then you have a case. Then you can go ahead and block the 9 million people, SIM card holders. But you've not put in place systems that would encourage Ghanaians to get their Ghana cards, and you are here talking about blocking them. For what?
Why not?
What is their crime?
They said get Ghana card.
Get Ghana card. Is it easy getting Ghana card staying in remote areas?
Well, that's difficult, to be fair.
Because this NIA thing has not been decentralized. You get issue with your NIA, National Identification Authority card or Ghana card, and you have to move all the way from a remote area like Boku, Pusga to Greater Accra just to get it rectified. How is that possible? And you want to tell me the ordinary Ghanaian who has been put in this fix is to be blamed for not being able to get his Ghana card registered and subsequently register his SIM? Roland, let's be serious in this country.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's all because there is a friction between the NIA office and the communication ministry. There is a friction. They can't come together and work in harmony. There is a friction. They have issues. Internally, they can't even solve their own issues. And we are going to be those who are going to suffer for their own disagreements and negligence. It is not our doing. It is not our doing. So they should spare us the 9 million blockage. It is just to prove to us that they are doing something. But they are doing nothing. Roland, they are doing nothing. It is no fault. It is no fault of people that their Ghana cards, they are not having access to their Ghana cards. It is no fault of theirs. Look, there was this man who was interviewed some time back and said he had moved to and fro the Upper East region to Greater Accra about 4 good times just to get his Ghana card rectified.
All right.
How many people will be able to even afford that transportation once, not to talk of 4 times, to the central part of Accra just to come and rectify mistakes on his Ghana card?
Okay.
And you go and block 9 million people just because their SIM cards have not been registered. That is unto them.
So I have 3 strong ladies. I can't even contain them. Now you, just 3 minutes.
Who is you? You don't know mine.
Nania.
You see, Honorable Jechikwesin, I don't know whether we can still call him honorable because everything about him as a member of parliament has been struck out from parliament. But if he wants to stand, I believe he's now a Ghanaian. His certificate has come and he's a Ghanaian. That one is the party, and so
That's right.
Let's see how it goes. I mean, I've heard there's some criminal charges against him, but you are innocent till you are proven guilty. So, I mean, that is this thing. And it's for the party to decide who is going to stand. The issue of Ghana card, I think, is very inhumane and it's very insensitive.
It is inhumane.
Yes, and insensitive.
Why?
Yeah, because
we are giving guidelines. Go ahead.
Please, they have their money on the SIM. Why shouldn't this thing be continuous? Why shouldn't it? Why can't it be a continuous process? If you have 9 million Ghana cards, which are in existence and working, not being registered, then it means that you should immediately see that there's a problem. It's not even 500,000, 9 million. Do you understand me? It was 11 million. So it's possible they've noticed that maybe the 2 million are the non-existent ones. So if they have blocked 9, it means these are existent cards. And people are using it for some form of business interaction, daily life. When the Ghana card thing came, they said that it's going to block out fraud and it will make sure that people are caught. But there was fraud within the system. People using this Ghana. It still is. Registration of SIM cards, there was fraud. Foreigners holding SIM cards that are not in their names and using it for fraud. So it means that the reason why they even said that we should, by all means, register as SIM, it has been defeated.
But you're not saying that it will absolutely eradicate fraud, because technology means that once you go ahead, somebody is always ahead.
But that is why I asked that question. That once you go as somebody, so you cannot say that it
want
will
to eradicate.
Yes, it will not. If you say that it will not, maybe you want a certain form of data because we have already registered our SIM. Why are you re-registering? I always say that this one is a form of a witch hunt. They want to get into the lives of certain people, and that is the only way. Because you use your bank account, everything, to use your Ghana card to register
your witch hunt theory is a conspiracy theory. To be honest,
whether it is conspiracy or not, I said that is what I think. I didn't say that's what you think.
Right.
You can be a conspiracy theory to you, because for me, I do not know why this by all means. That you block 9 million, and today the telcos are saying if you have money on it, they will make arrangements for you to get your money. Or how? I have money on it in this hard Ghana. You know, people keep as much as 100,000 Ghana cedis on their.
True.
Yes.
I know somebody who keeps 200,000.
Yes, just for the business transaction.
In between, rotating a day.
Rotating a day, because they are doing business. So if such a person, he hasn't got a Ghana card and you have blocked the SIM, how does it work? How do we eat? And you see, they are also defeating their e-levy. The e-levy, but the transaction on Momo on your phone, yes.
Okay.
They are defeating even the money they want to get through e-levy. Because if you block my SIM for 2 days and I do transactions of 200,000, 300,000, why she's prompting you that I'm talking to Messi?
No.
So if you go through, why? Because I'm getting it. No, it is true because they are even sabotaging their own e-levy. Because if I'm making transactions of 200, 300, I'm paying e-levy on it. And government is getting money. She doesn't need to talk. There's nothing for her to say.
She has to talk. She has a right. Please, 3 minutes
Roland,
for
I
you.
always say the most difficult thing in this world is to wake up people who are pretending to be sleeping.
And who is sleeping?
Look, how long have we been at this? And I mean, I always tell my compatriots in the NDC.
They don't have
The fact that you are in opposition doesn't mean you should.
But the
vote.
complaints are not, to be
Doesn't
honest,
mean
from politicians.
Please, I beg, it's not from ordinary.
Please, let her answer.
Can I have my space?
You are not in touch with what is going on.
We've been at this.
You register your card. It's
We've
okay.
been at this since
Me, that's why I'll never do a
October 2021. From one extension to the other, from the institutions in charge
should be continuous.
coming up with self-registration,
Today you're riled up. Please relax. You are-
measures, a number of measures have been put together to make it comfortable for Nanaya. If you really believe in what you're saying, you let me say what I'm
Please
saying.
go ahead.
You are
If you
saying
think
will
it's
not
not
get
right.
anywhere.
3 minutes.
Extension after extension, to the extent that an amount was even voted for NIA to print the backlog. NIA came out with a statement on March 29th, indicating that they were printing the backlog, and from the 15th of April 2023, people who had registered since July 2022 could go to their district offices. NIA started with regional offices. Now, NIA has over 270 district offices. You get it?
But they're not
And
functioning properly.
even now,
They're not functioning properly.
Nanaya, give me one district office you've been to that is not functioning. Give me one.
There are delays.
District, give
Sometimes
me
you can't get access.
give me one.
I have people-
No. You see, when we come and sit down
Are you denying that?
when we
you
come
have
and sit
access?
down, that's what I'm
It's
saying.
easy.
Even as we sit
Maybe
here,
you can sit
even
in the
as we
office and
sit here,
order for them to
when
do
you
it for you.
opened the show, what did you say? You had a free-to-air thing. There are interruptions because there's rain.
Just a force majeure.
That is
That's just a force majeure.
exactly.
This one is
So
not a
in
force
every
majeure.
technological setting, there will be instances depending on network in the area and all that. So don't make it seem as if because there are interruptions at a point. That's what I'm saying. You tell me. You
Are
as
you
a
saying
person with
that-
district
are you-
offices.
are you-
No, Roland, you see, when a process is going on, you don't just rubbish it because you are
Nobody's
not
rubbishing.
interested.
Nobody's
That
rubbishing.
is what they are
It
doing.
should be
We've been
continuous.
at this
Why is this thing
continuous
that-
extension
Yes. No,
of
but
things.
it is continuous all over.
Even now, I don't know who your network provider is, but the network providers have even come out with notification on how you go through a process if you started the registration, but haven't been able to get your
why?
Ghana card, or you
want
started
to
the
suffocate
processes,
everybody
haven't
in
been
this
able to
country.
finish, you won't be blocked. You get
Today,
it?
DDP, tomorrow this, tomorrow that.
issue
Why?
with what is happening is people are just refusing. Some people are just refusing.
So that's why
to
they are
put
blocked.
it- Some
9
people are,
million.
and you
9
see,
million.
we can't
She says
continue.
that it's not going to further
We
e-levy
can't continue.
objectives.
We can't continue inconveniencing and risking a lot of
Majority.
people, the majority, just because a few
How
people
are you
think that
inconveniencing
they are
us?
going to follow someone's stubborn academy.
It is not stubborn academy.
Who is the stubborn
Who is the
academy?
stubborn? Now you are calling
Stubborn
Ghanaians
academy.
stubborn
Who is
academy.
the stubborn
projections.
academy? Stubborn
There's a group
academy.
that has come out that says it's stubborn academy.
So Ghanaians are now stubborn
Those
academy.
people can do what they want to
When
do.
you needed
but
your
the
vote in
protection
2016,
of
did you call us stubborn
Ghanaians,
academy?
if you've been on controller payroll before, then you understand the importance.
infiltration.
You understand the importance.
But it's
of
still
it.
there.
The
breaches in
unsolicited-
privacy.
The breaches in privacy and all those things. This is something
that's
we
a
need to
fair
do.
point.
This is something that has to be done to protect all of us. We can't eradicate it totally because no matter what you do,
But you could as well go to
technology-
NIA and get the numbers.
Come again.
Really?
Yes,
You
Because
could
they
do
use
what?
that.
Yes.
You as well go to NIA and
And it
get
should
those
be
numbers. You
continuous.
don't have to-
NIA and get which numbers?
Because they use NIA to do the registration.
They use
Registration.
NIA to do the registration when you have a Ghana card. There are some people who haven't even started the process of registration. And Ghana card registration started before this notification was given. I got my Ghana card in 2018
Hajia
when they
Loreto.
were moving around
Hajia
institutions
Loreto
to do
Saka.
it.
Thank you very
They did
much.
yours for
I've
you
enjoyed
in
the
the
conversation
office.
with
No,
you.
please.
And then
They
also,
moved
Nanaya
the institution in your
Achempem
office.
Jantwa
Yes, it was
is
in
the
your
General
office.
Secretary for the
Yes,
Convention
yes,
People's
and it was in
Party.
your office.
And then
You didn't go
Aisha
and queue.
Al Hassan, the beautiful Aisha Al Hassan. Thank you for coming
I'm
as well. I've enjoyed the conversation with the three of you. Please.
Because you didn't go and queue.
Okay, that's okay. We're not doing discussion.
it in your
It's your birthday today. You work with
the
the
fact
to be fair.
I wasn't comfortable in my office.
because you
The
didn't go
NIA
and
had
queue.
a program.
Okay, it's your birthday
They moved
today.
from institution to
Eric.
institution, registering
Nabuo
to-
Cantona
We
Nabuo.
don't have institution. We
You
went
work with the National Narcotics Commission, NARCOC. That's how they call the commissioner by acronym. It's your birthday today. We wish you all the best. And then also for all of you on our streams, Evans Blay, thank you very much. Joseph Newton, Money, New Money. And then we have New Boy Jefferson, Kingston, Besnab, Asemega. Thank you very much as well. Imelda Nassar. We do have Solly Evans, Habiba Seiko, May Mavis. And then we have a lot of names as well. We have Ralph, Saliu, Leon, Osei Abuaje. Thank you for joining us this morning. Christina Akosuya.
Please.
Thank you for joining us. We're
Wait till
taking.
the deadlines before
Let me take a break.
trooping to,
They shouldn't wait for the
telcos.
deadline.
Exactly.
They should be proactive. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the latest news headlines. Myself, AJ, Martin, Esiedu Data. We're right here. We'll be right back.